Today, we're taking a critical look into the future of women's health in America. And based on some startling new projections from the American Heart Association, there's a crisis brewing. And honestly, it's one that most of us probably haven't seen coming. Take a look at this number, 60%. Just let that sink in for a second. This single massive number is really at the core of the story we're exploring today. So, what is that 60%? Well, it's the projected percentage of women in the US who will have some form of cardiovascular disease by the year 2050. I mean, that's 6 out of every 10 women. We're talking heart disease, heart failure, stroke, the whole shebang. Is an absolute wake-up call, right? And it forces us to ask, how on earth is this happening? Okay, so to really understand what's coming, we've got to break down this forecast itself and what makes it so, well, so darn concerning. You know, numbers are one thing, but this quote, this really brings it all home. It will affect you or someone you know. This isn't just a statistic in some report anymore, is it? We're talking about our mothers, our sisters, our partners, our friends. Suddenly, this projection has a face, and it's a face we all recognize. So what's really fueling this massive surge? Well, it's not just one thing. It's more like a dangerous combination of several key health risks that are all accelerating at once. Let's dig in. We're seeing a huge surge in a lot of the traditional health factors that contribute to heart disease, and the projected increases are pretty significant. And this chart, wow, it really lays out the problem so clearly. By 2050, high blood pressure in women is expected to jump to nearly 60%. Obesity, that's projected to climb to over 60%. And diabetes is set to rise to over a quarter of the female population. You put those three things together, and you're basically creating a perfect storm for cardiovascular disease. And here's the thing that really gets me. This isn't just an issue for older women. The crucial point here is that these risk factors are increasing across the board, for all age groups, including younger women between 22 and 44. Heck, some of these trends are even being spotted in girls as young as 2 years old. That's setting the stage for a lifetime of risk. Now, the burden of this crisis, it's not being shared equally, not even close. Projections show that women of color will be disproportionately affected. Black women are expected to continue to have the highest rates of risk. I mean, look at this. Over 70% are projected to have high blood pressure. Hispanic women are forecast to see a really sharp increase in hypertension, while Asian women are projected to see the largest relative jump in obesity, nearly 26%. The disparities are just stark. But, and this is a big but, this story doesn't stop with traditional risk factors like diet and exercise. It turns out women face this whole unique set of vulnerabilities, things rooted in their biology and life experiences that have been almost completely overlooked for way, way too long. I mean, think about it. A woman's entire reproductive life cycle is now understood to be deeply connected to her heart health. Conditions like preeclampsia or gestational diabetes during pregnancy, they can significantly increase the lifetime risk of cardiovascular disease. Even the timing of major life events matters. Getting your first period really early or late, or going through menopause prematurely. All of these are now recognized as female-specific risk factors. And then there's the psychosocial burden, which, let's be honest, disproportionately affects women. We're talking about stress from caregiving, early life trauma, and higher rates of depression. These are not just emotional issues. This is a physiological attack on the body. Chronic stress literally floods your system with hormones that can cause inflammation and damage your blood vessels, paving a direct path straight to heart disease. This connection between the mind and the heart is so powerful, and yet it's often totally invisible. Okay, so if these risks are so clear, why does this feel so hidden? Why have we been ignoring these female-specific vulnerabilities for so long? A huge part of the answer lies in a really fundamental flaw in how we've studied heart disease from the very beginning. This chart just says it all, doesn't it? A major review of cardiovascular trials found that women made up only about 38% of all participants. Just think about that. For decades, our entire understanding of heart disease has been built on a male model. It means women have been systematically, and I mean systematically, underrepresented in the very research that's supposed to protect them. And this isn't just some academic problem, for scientists to argue about. This research gap has real life or death consequences. It's what makes women an invisible population in their own health crisis. It's why their unique symptoms are so often dismissed. And it's why all those biological and psychosocial factors we just talked about have been stuck in the shadows for decades. Now, I know, after all of that, it would be really easy to feel, well, defeated. But the experts who made these projections are crystal clear on one thing. This future is not inevitable. And that right there is the key takeaway. These trends are not set in stone. These projections are a warning. They are not a prophecy. In fact, simulation studies have shown that with intentional, targeted action, these alarming trends can be slowed, stopped, and even reversed. So, what's the game plan? What's the path forward? Well, experts point to a three-pronged approach. First, we have to address the social and environmental factors that drive poor health, like access to healthy food and safe housing. Second, we need to create programs tailored specifically for high-risk groups, especially women of color. And third, and this is non-negotiable, we absolutely must close that research gap and ensure women are fully represented in all future cardiovascular trials, period. Ultimately, when you boil it all down, this forecast is so much more than a warning. It's a massive call to action. It makes it undeniably clear that the future health of the nation depends on putting an urgent and intentional focus on the heart health of its women. So, the question that's left for all of us is, are we ready to answer that call?